Ramatra's worst moment is just, I would say it's just interaction with Zen, that's about it. Which I like to Vince Zen. It's in the comic one, let's say. But, and I guess it's kind of fair, but however, I think it's even worse for Mom was he's trying to brainwash Dominix, which is one of the worst things a human can do. Which is, to be fair, if we apply that logic to Omnix, that's the same thing. Like, if I'm not really someone who goes into law or anything, so that's the only thing I can think of. Like, how to compare, like, what's the worst thing Ramatra has ever done. Reinhardt's worst one is probably, like, his ego back when he was younger, where he didn't even listen to his, general, or, whoever's in a higher position in the military, all that kind of stuff. I'm not a military person either, like I said. But that's Reinhardt's worst moment, if I'm being honest. Roadhog. Roadhog is one of those, like, quiet heroes that doesn't have very many flaws. I'm just guessing his worst flaw, though, is he's drinking gasoline, but that is self-harm, by the way, so that's his worst moment. Other than that, I don't really see any bad moments of him much. But at least he's more flawed than Orisa, which is, you gotta agree with me on personality-wise, though. Sigma he's trying to dig too deep into science. That's his worst moment, because it led to him just discovering the new powers he got. So that's his worst moment. Winston's worst moment is, he's one of those heroes that you don't really want to mention any bad moments on, but if it's for the sake of the short, I'm gonna have to figure out. I guess it's his, like, some type of dad joke or something like that that's the worst moment, but that's the only thing I can think of. And that's the most flaw he has, is he could be unfunny at times. But other than that, I don't really think he has any bad moments. Raikaball's worst one is honestly getting out of the cage and just run off away from the owner. But to be fair, he was the subject, and it's kind of illegal if you think about it a bit, because you can't really put any subject on the animals or anything. Zarya's worst moment is probably she is one of the more threatening characters when it comes to personalities. So it's kind of why I'm not really like a fan of her like most people are. So yeah, that's kind of why.